This is Chuck Huber, the voice of Android 17. You're listening to Anime Seekers. You better be, or I'm coming for you. Dragon of the Darkness, Flame!
Hey guys, and welcome to the Fandom Toy Box presented by AnimeSecrets.org. I'm your host, Nathan Desa, and today we are taking a look once again at one of my Lightning Collection series. In this case, as you can see on screen, I am going to be showing off to you guys my Lost Galaxy series. In June of 2023, this series was officially completed, and I have all the figures. And yeah, we're going to go over each of these one by one, talk about some of the good, some of the bad, and in the case of this particular series, some of the accessory issues. Most of you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, well, you're going to find out pretty quickly what I'm talking about. So with that said, we're going to be taking a look at our red, blue, green, yellow, and pink Galaxy Rangers, plus the Magna Defender here, and I'll give you my thoughts. And without further ado, let us venture far, far away, deep in space, into the Lost Galaxy as we take a look at the Lost Galaxy Lightning Collection. Alright, we're going to start off our Lost Galaxy Lightning Collection series by taking a look at our Red Ranger, Leo Corbett. This one that I'm showing you is actually the second release of the figure. The original release of Leo came in September of 2019 as a Versus pack with Psycho Red, and there's actually a very major difference between this one and that one. Not in terms of the figure itself. The figure is almost exactly the same. It's an accessory problem that we're talking about here. But in the case of this one, the second release, it was actually part of Wave 8, which was released between March and April of 2021. Now, what is that major difference in accessories, you might ask? Well, this one, ladies and gentlemen, does not come with his Quasar Saber. Now he does come with his Quasar Saber in the folded up mode, which you can see in the holster right here. All the Lost Galaxy Rangers come with that, since it's their sidearm. But in the case of this one, he comes with his Quasar launcher and a lightning effect to add to the Quasar launcher, as if you're shooting it. So like this, and you can actually extend the Quasar launcher out like that too, like it's in staff mode. But he does not come with his Quasar Saber in its extended form, which yeah, that got so many complaints. Like, why does he not come with his Quasar Saber? Now, thankfully for me, I do have these two things right here, because spoiler alert, there's another Galaxy Ranger who doesn't come with their Quasar Saber. I got these two things. I actually got 3D prints of the Quasar Sabers on Shapeways. It's a website that does like 3D prints. Now, they didn't come painted. I'll give you guys a more closer look at it. I actually got these things. They were painted white. And I got these things off of Shapeways, and then I painted them myself. For those who are curious, I got this bottle of like paint primer that I sprayed it on. I got it from Walmart. Then after the primer kind of dried a little bit, I used some paint pens that I got at Michael's to paint it over. Then I just added a little bit of hairspray just so that the paint would stick on here. So I got these two things here, which, I mean, that's good for me, since, I have these, but for people who don't want to spend the extra money to get a Quasar Saber, that's kind of a pain in the butt. Now, thankfully for Leo, there is an alternative, because, you have the 2-pack with Psycho Red, but, yeah, that is a huge pain, definitely something to complain about. Okay, now that I'm done ranting about the Quasar Saber, let's actually take a look at what this figure is actually all about. Sorry, just the fact that this guy doesn't come with... The fact that there are actually Galaxy Rangers who don't come with their Quasar Sabers is just kind of a pain, because I don't know if Hasbro has actually seen Lost Galaxy, but the Quasar Sabers are kind of a crucial part of them. Like, it's their sidearm, it's the source of their powers. Just, of all accessories to forget, the Quasar Saber is definitely not one. But anyway, let's take a look at Leo's human head. We're going to adjust the focus here. This human head, it's the same one that you would get if you got the Psycho Red 2-pack. I think this one's good. I think they get Danny Slavin's head down pretty good. I can't really complain about it too much. This is one of the better looking human heads. I'd probably give this human head a 10 out of 10. It looks good enough. I think they get him down great, which is weird because this is actually one of the... this is kind of like a mid-timed Lightning Collection figure, but still a pretty good looking human head. Now let's put him in his Ranger form now that we have the human head taken care of. Take his head off, put his helmet on, and here we have the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger here. Oh, and one other thing. One thing that I do appreciate, even though the Quasar Saber is kind of a problem, is that if you look right here, the lion emblem on his folded Quasar Saber is on there, because remember, each of the Galaxy Rangers have a different crest on their Quasar Saber to determine what belongs to who. So I like that. Definitely appreciate that. Oh, automatic focus suggest didn't work. So there we go. Yeah, but this figure looks good. I actually do remember back in the day when I was 5 when Lost Galaxy was coming out. I actually owned all 6 of the standard Lightning Lost Galaxy figures, so I have something to compare to. And I definitely think at least this one is definitely of a better, higher quality compared to Leo. There, I mean, we don't have exaggerated muscles on the chest or anything. Definitely think it looks good. They get the suit down pretty good. Helmet looks perfect with the detailing on the with the yellow, which is supposed to be like a lion mane type of thing on the top. You can barely see it, but the stuff right here, which are supposed to be like the eyes of a lion, are the right color, green. And yeah, they get it down pretty great. Now, sure, I'm not a fan of the Lost Galaxy suits, but I think, ignoring my feelings on the suit, they get the suit down really cool. And that about sums this up. I think it looks like a really good figure. So if I'm looking at this figure from a quality standpoint, this gets a 10 out of 10. But here's the problem. It doesn't come with the Quasar Saber, and that is a massive pain. So I'm gonna take off I'm gonna probably take off a point for that, and I'm gonna say that this figure gets a 9 out of 10. Definitely a great looking figure. Just sucks that we don't get the Quasar Saber. If you want my recommendation, I would say go get the 2-pack with Psycho Red, because that is just objectively a more a superior figure. But unless you're willing to get 2 Quasar Sabers, 3D printed Quasar Sabers, and just paint them. But yeah, good looking figure, but you should probably get the 2-pack version just so you can have the Quasar Saber. That's my recommendation. Alright, next up we are going to move on to our Green Ranger, Damon Henderson. Damon was the 4th Lost Galaxy Ranger to be released. Leo was the 2nd, by the way. This one was released in December of 2022 as part of Wave 12. And this is the only release of the Lost Galaxy Green Ranger. So Damon is one of 3 of the main 5 Lost Galaxy Rangers that are pretty consistent with their accessories. This guy actually does come with his extended Quasar Saber, thank God. And he also comes with his version of the Trans Dagger, which in this case was called, I believe it was called the Trans Blaster, which was like a crossbow-like blaster weapon. And, it comes with the lightning effect that, you could shoot out, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at the human head real quick. This one is not as good. This one isn't as bad as good as the Leo one. I feel like maybe they could have done Reggie Roll's face just a little bit better, but it's still not terrible. I'd probably say if you've seen my Power Rangers in Space one, you'll know that I really like TJ's human head. This might be a peg lower than the TJ human head, but it's not bad. I'd probably give the human head a 8.5 out of 10, more than likely. Sorry, I was trying to do the adjusted focus again. So, yeah, that's about it. Let's put him in his Ranger form. Take his human head off and put his helmet on. There we go. A little tight. Now, before I talk about him with his one thing that I love about Damon, I don't normally talk about different hands unless there's one that's kind of unique to them. In the case of a Damon, I do like this little left hand where he has one where it's a hand like this. The reason why I like that is because Damon, if you've seen the show, tended to take since his Galactic Beast was a condor, he would hold his hand out he's doing a bird stance when he poses. So I really like this. I like how they give him a hand. Well, just to kind of adjust it a little bit. The hand, it works with the poses that Damon would do. I really like it when Lightning Collection figures do that, where we get alternative hands that go with the poses that they do. So I really like that. He of course comes with his Quasar Saber, which both the folded version and extended have the Condor crest on the hilt, which I really like. Huge fan of that. So with that said, the figure, the Lost Galaxy Green figure, I think this one's good. I do think that the green is maybe a shade darker than what it should be. It's funny because, if I had to pick the right color, I'm actually going to do a bit of a comparison here to a figure that I've already shown you. So we have our Green Ranger, our Green Mighty Morphin figure here. You have to kind of squint to see it, but you can definitely tell the differences between the shades of green here. The funny thing is, this shade of green for Damon would probably be more correct for the Green Mighty Morphin figure here, just based on, just with the Sentai footage. I probably would have preferred this shade of green to be on Damon, just because I feel like, Tommy's green was a bit darker, at least in Sentai footage, compared to what it is on this figure. I feel like this shade of green matches what Damon's shade should have been. So that is kind of a problem, but it's still not terrible. It still looks great. They get the helmet down with how it's supposed to look. Same posability and everything. And like I said, we get a cool little hand thing here. And honestly, I kind of prefer for them to come with their version of the Trans Daggers as opposed to their Quasar launchers, just because, the Trans Daggers were kind of the closest thing that the Lost Galaxy Rangers had to their own individual weapons. So, yeah, I really like these accessories. Trans Daggers and Quasar Sabers. So really like the accessories. This figure is definitely great. Definitely one to recommend. Like I said, maybe the green could have been a slight shade lighter, like the Green Mighty Morphin figure that I just showed you. But, that's just a minor complaint. I'm probably going to give this figure a 9.5 out of 10. I'll take half a point off for the shade of green, just, to be that kind of person, but still a great figure. 9.5 out of 10. Definitely get this one. Next up, we have our Lost Galaxy Blue Ranger, Kai Chen. This was the third Galaxy Ranger figure to be released. It was released in Wave 9 of 2021, and this is its only release, as per usual. Kai comes with basically the exact same accessories that Damon has. So we have his we have his extended Quasar Saber with the Gorilla Crest on, and it is also on his folded up version right here. He comes with a lightning effect right here, which you can apply to the Quasar Saber, which again, I don't like. Wait, hold on. Wrong way. Yeah, I don't normally like to pose my figures with the lightning effects, but if you like to, this is what they would do, just lightning to surround it. And he also comes with his version of the Trans Dagger, which is this thing right here. I believe it was called the Cosmoclaw in Lost Galaxy. So that's pretty cool. So that's it for the accessories. Let's take a look at Kai's human head, which this one is another pretty good one. I think that they get Archie Cow's look down pretty great. Not perfect. Maybe it could have been slightly better, but I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's pretty good. I feel like they get him down about as good as they could. So definitely giving it a 9 out of 10. So let's take Kai out of his Ranger form. Alright. So here we have our Lost Galaxy Blue Ranger. I do appreciate how they give us one of his fists, alternative fists is a closed fist, because closed fists are pretty common hand accessories, but I like how Kai gets one, because if you watch the show, he likes to make a gorilla pose where he's closing both of his fists and flexing something like that, which kind of, I don't like how his second alternative right hand is an open hand. I really wish that they just gave him both, two closed fists so that you could do that pose. But hey, thankfully Damon actually comes with a right-handed closed fist, so I could just use that for Kai to do that pose if I ever wanted to. But, that's just a minor nitpick. This figure is pretty good. We got the suit down pretty good. The helmet looks perfect with all the detailing and everything. I'm kind of weird with this. Sometimes I feel like the blue is slightly darker than it should be, but then other times I feel like it's perfect. I don't know. Sometimes my eyes are just weird with me on that. So I'm not really going to complain about the coloring, the shade of blue as much as I did in the previous one. I genuinely think that this one is pretty good. Comes with the right accessories, has a good looking human head, and, nothing to say with the colors they look kind of disrupted or anything. So yeah, this is a pretty easy one to do. This one, in my opinion, is a 10 out of 10. Don't have any complaints. Definitely recommend this one. 10 out of 10. Next up, we have our Lost Galaxy Yellow Ranger, Maya. She was the very last Lost Galaxy figure to be released. She was released in June of 2023. She is a GameStop exclusive. She was released alongside Z, the SPD Yellow Ranger. I'm sorry. So unfortunately, remember how I said that we have 2 Lost Galaxy Rangers that don't come with their extended Quasar Sabers? Well, here's the second one, ladies and gentlemen. She comes with her Quasar launcher, which can be extended into its staff mode, although this side is being a little stubborn, so yeah, I'll just show you how, I can extend like that. And then she, of course, comes with a lightning effect for her Quasar launcher, like that. But yeah, she does not come with her extended Quasar Saber, and unfortunately, unlike Leo, there's no way for you to get her Quasar Saber, so... And I don't know what to say. I mean, maybe I was willing to cut a little bit of slack with Leo, but no excuse with her. I mean, you heard all those complaints that people made about Leo not having his Quasar Saber. Just, come on, Hasbro. Come on. But with that said, let's take a look at her human head, which I don't know about this one, guys. Hold on, let me see it. Yeah, that's about as good focus as I'm gonna get. I think the hair is down, but does that really look like Serena Vincent's face? I don't think so. Yeah, this is definitely one that, I don't know. It's not the worst human head that I've seen. It's definitely not as egregious as like Cassie's human head looking like Miss Fairweather, but this isn't all that great. I'm probably going to give the human head a 7 out of 10. Could be worse, but it's certainly not great. Hold on, let me do the automatic focus adjust. Yep, there we go. So let's get her into her let's take her human head off and put on her Ranger helmet. Now, what I love about Maya, one thing that I can give her credit for is that, and this is something that, they're doing a lot more, you'll notice that, she has her hand like this, where she's making like a, one like this, and she also has one for her right hand like this. That is how, the Yellow Galaxy Ranger would do her poses, where, she has like a wolf pose where, like, she's holding this hand up, like, next to her head, and then the other one on the ground. I definitely like that. I do appreciate how they're giving us, more hand attachments that are, like, that kind of go with their signature poses. Definitely appreciate that. So I can definitely give the figure credit for that. By the way, her Quasar Saber does come with the wolf crest on, as you can see here. And that about the figure looks pretty good. I appreciate how they don't include a skirt, since, if you've seen Gingaman, you'll know that the Yellow Ranger was actually male in that show. But, I think it looks good enough. The helmet looks perfect. Well, I mean, perfect if, we're talking about how it looks on the show, because I'm not you guys know I'm not a huge fan of these suits, and, I don't think that this actually makes it look like a wolf, but the helmet does look good if we're looking at it from the perspective of, do they represent, what they look like on the show. Definitely say that. So, this is another figure where it looks good, but by this point, the Lost Galaxy Rangers just not having their Quasar Sabers as an accessory just seems kind of like insulting. So, yeah, I'm going to take a point off for that too. I'm going to give this figure a 9.5. Still looks like a pretty good figure. It's the right shade of yellow. Suit looks great and everything, but why does she not come with her damn Quasar Saber, Hasbro? Come on. Still a good figure. But this is definitely one of those cases where you might actually have to get one of these 3D prints, because, yeah, unlike Leo, there's no alternative to get her Quasar Saber. It is what it is. Still a 9.5, though. Decent figure. Accessories aside. Alright, now we're going to wrap up our main 5 Galaxy Rangers by taking a look at our Pink Ranger, Kendricks. This was the 5th Galaxy Ranger figure to be released. It was released in Wave 14 in June of 2023. And this is only meant to be Kendrick, so there's no Corone head attachment, and I don't know if they're going to be releasing one for Corone or not. But with that said, Kendricks comes with the same accessories as Damon and Kai. She comes with her Quasar Saber in the extended version, which has the Wildcat crest on it, which is cool. Wildcat crest is also present on her holster version. She comes with a lightning effect, which we can apply to the Quasar Saber like this. So that's pretty cool. And she comes with her version of the Trans Dagger, which this bow weapon called the Beta Bow. So that's pretty cool. Now, let's take a look at her human head real quick. Now, one of the cool things about her, about Kendricks, is that this is one of the later figures that we get released. So you can actually, hold on, let me do this. You can actually remove, hold on, let me adjust the focus real quick. You can actually remove her glasses. See? Have her head right here, and her glasses are right here, so that's pretty cool. As far as this figure is concerned, this human head is concerned, it's a little bit better than Maya's, just a little bit. I don't think it gets Valerie Vernon's face down perfectly, but it's trying its best. That's what I can say. It's trying. I think it looks a little bit better when you take the glasses off. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's not great, but it's trying. Hold on, I'm going to do this autofocus adjust. Yep, there we go. All right. So let's take off our human head. Oh, sorry. That one was on tight. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to put this on. Whoops, sorry. There we go. Sorry, that was kind of some tight fitting, but we got it on. All right, so we got our pink Galaxy Ranger. I do like how Kendricks comes with a closed fist as well here, because that kind of goes with her cat pose where, she has her hands kind of like in this version where like one is above the other. Which again, I kind of wish that this version, her alternative right hand was not an open hand, as you can see here. Kind of wish it was a closed fist, which that does kind of suck because there's unfortunately not a Lightning Collection figure female hand that comes with a right closed fist. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it's just kind of a nitpick. This figure looks really good. It's probably, I know this might sound kind of sad, but as far as like the main series Rangers are, this is probably the best looking Pink Ranger figure we've gotten yet, because if you've seen my other ones, you already know that I had issues with SPD Pink for different reasons. And then if you saw my Mighty Morphin and Space ones, you'll know that the pink on the chest on both those figures looks more darker, almost like it's purple rather than pink. Well, this one, now, of course, there's the advantage that, the chest is mostly white instead of pink. But here's the thing. There is a little bit of pink on this torso area, and it looks like the perfect shade of pink. So yeah, I really don't have anything to complain about with this figure. They get the helmet downgrade. We have the Wildcat eyes up here on the top, and these little silver areas that were also present on the show. So yeah, this figure looks great. This is another 10 out of 10 figure. It is probably took them a long time, but we finally got a Pink Ranger figure that looks perfect and doesn't have that ever so present and annoying problem of having like a purple looking chest torso area. Yeah, I definitely like this figure. This is a 10 out of 10. And finally, we are going to be wrapping up our Lost Galaxy figure series by taking a look at the Magna Defender. Magna Defender was, funnily enough, the very first Lost Galaxy figure to be released. He was released in Wave 2 in August of 2019. Now, this is meant to be the original Magna Defender, so there is actually no human head for this one, because this Magna Defender is supposed to be the original, which if you've seen the show, you know that he does not have a human form. There was a human head. There have been some people that have designed a human head. Like I remember there was a 3D printing company that made one that made a Mike human head, but and it looked pretty good, but I'm probably not going to get it just because it's a little pricey. And not only that, but first of all, Mike never even took off his helmet when he was Magna Defender, and second of all, the human heads don't really matter that much to me. If I have them in their Ranger suit, for all I know, this could be Mike, so I'm going to go with it. And as you can see, I have his good buddy Torozord in the background. I will review Torozord at some point, but that's another video for another time. So with that being said, I obviously don't have a human head to show off to you, but this is our Magna Defender here. We can, just a couple of things with him, just to go into some more detail since his suit is a little different. We can actually remove these pegs on the cape right here, but the cape can actually not be removed. It's actually, pretty much attached there, so we can't completely remove the cape, which, not a big deal for me. Hold on, let's peg those back in. We can remove his, his scabbard with the sword in it to do it right here. So he does come with this, his scabbard, which can be removed from his belt. His sword can, of course, be removed, and then we also have his it in blaster mode. Now, unlike the sword mode, we cannot actually separate this. This thing is like one whole thing right here. But the blaster mode is where the lightning effect comes from. So that's pretty cool. As far as this is concerned, well, I do have some problems with the accessories, but I'm kind of willing to cut them a little bit of slack since this was early on. So the sword looks okay until we get to the bottom. Like, I can cut them a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. I can kind of cut a little bit of slack not having anything on the handle, but I really wish that the pommel, they at least colored this whole thing gold. Like, okay, if you don't want to, color this circle area, I think it was silver in the show, maybe it was green. Don't quote me on that, but at least color the thing gold. The pommel thing really annoys me. And then I don't like how the scabbard here gets absolutely no coloring. Because if you look at this in blaster mode, there's at least the gold stripe there. Really wish there was the gold stripe here, and I really wish that they, colored these areas here, the gold. I think it was gold in the show, but yeah, I really wish that they colored those. So that's kind of a pain, but I'm actually going to give it a free pass since it's it was early on. Now, one thing that's kind of inconsistent with the show is his belt. It's black here, but it's actually silver. I was kind of annoyed by it constantly being gray, so I just took a Sharpie marker and colored over it, which, I mean, it's a lot more obvious when you look at it up close. Did the best I could. Don't want to, using actual paint is going to be kind of a pain, so yeah, but hold on, I'm going to try to, yeah, that's better. But that's really the only inconsistency with the show. I mean, the armor looks great. I like how, we can kind of move the shoulder pads and everything, to just kind of, adjust everything. But aside from that, this figure looks pretty good. Helmet looks great, with all the detailing. The helmet looks great with all the detailing. The armor looks great with, I love how they have, the details here with, his gauntlets and his greaves. It's a really good looking figure. Like I said, the belt is kind of annoying, but I mean, that's a quick fix. You can just, color over it with Sharpie and it'll be okay. And I do like how it kind of hangs a little bit to the left, because if you've seen the show, you'll know that that's how it was. So, yeah, this is a really good looking figure. Like I said, the painting with the accessories is a little bit of a problem, but nothing that, it's not horrible. And again, I give it a free pass just kind of because it was early on. So, yeah, I really dig the Magna Defender toy, and if you can get this, definitely get it. This figure is a 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up my review of the Lost Galaxy Rangers Lightning Collection set. Like I said, all of these figures, as far as the, just the looks of them and how they get the suits down, all of them are great. If I were going to rate them on that, I would give them all a 10 out of 10. Maybe I'd, maybe if, Magna Defender was made a little bit later, maybe he, maybe you could have gotten some of the details a bit down better, but nothing really to complain about since this was early on. Coloring might be a little off for green, but not a huge deal. Still like it. I mean, really, the only major thing to really complain about with these Lost Galaxy figures is the fact that these two guys do not come with their Quasar Sabers. Thankfully, I do have these 3D printed ones that I'm able to post them with, so I'm thankful for that. But, yeah, I mean, accessories are a problem with these figures, but, that shouldn't, undermine how great figures they are. They all look great. They're all really, they all get the look down, and it's just cool to have all of them. I grew up with Lost Galaxy, so I'm really happy to have all of these figures. So, yeah, I definitely recommend getting this set. You probably should get Leo in his 2-pack with Psycho Red. But unfortunately, until a solution comes for Maya's Quasar Saber, I don't really know what to tell you. So you might as well just try to get the 3D prints like I did and just paint them as best you can. Just go with the instructions that I gave during my Leo segment. But yeah, that wraps up the Lost Galaxy collection series. Next time I'll be doing a review on one of my mech toys. Not really sure which one I'm going to do next, but I'll definitely get to that one when I get to it. Maybe I'll do one of my Lightspeed Rescue ones. I'll probably do one of my Go Busters ones too, though. So definitely stay tuned for that. With that said, that wraps up this segment. I thank you guys so much for taking the time to check out this, segment on the Fandom Toy Box. Be sure to check us out at animesecrets.org. Check out our other podcasts, the Toku Secrets podcast, Anime Declassified, Jedi Squadron, all that. Check us out on our social media pages, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those social media likes. And yeah, that wraps this up. I'll see you guys next time with another mech toy review. But until that time, you guys stay safe. We love you. And may the power protect you.